Okay, everybody. Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com. Let's do a quick, let's just take a quick look at Netflix. Members in the strategy session today, I go into a lot more on Netflix than I'm going to do here. And I'm talking about day trading, like whether you're chasing, how you're going to do that. So definitely check that out. It's a little bit longer than I typically do, but it's longer for a reason because I have more to say about this. But generally speaking, gang, this is the deal. The stock gapped up. It's like 10% or something, almost 10%. And that's a stock that you got to fade. Whenever a stock gaps up 10%, the reflex is you got to sell into that stock. And the reason you got to do that is because the only traders who've got the reflex of buying the stock are retail traders who want to make sure they get in on a good thing, and they think they'll get credit as if they bought the stock yesterday or the day before. So you want to trade against the lowest common denominator. You want to trade against the guys wearing the dunce caps rather than the Rolex watches. So, and there are very few that wear both. So selling into this kind of move is the right thing to do. But it didn't work out that way this time. If we look at it on the, let's look at it. Might as well do this. If we look at it here, the textbook trade would have been the stock opens up. I think it kind of wiggled around a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I was, not much. But the textbook trade is you go ahead and sell into this move, take your profits. I would never short something like this, not with that kind of move because it popped out of a squeeze, but you go ahead and sell into this. But this time around, that totally didn't work at all. And typically the way traders work, it used to be the 15-minute chart that I think desk traders traded off of. These days, with order flows and all that, I think it's more like maybe the 5 or possibly the first 10 minutes of the day. But when a stock gaps up like this, if it is not back below the opening print within, say, 5 or 10 minutes, they're not going to be selling the stock. They're going to be buying it because the idea is, okay, well, if I don't want to be buying the stock here, I don't want to be buying the stock if now it's down here 5 or 10 minutes in, because you don't want to be buying the stock here because the only reason it's down lower than the gap is because there's nobody with enough money to buy it that's going to soak up all the selling from people who bought here, and they're now they're selling into their stock. So if the stock's down here, they're not going to be doing that. However, if the stock's up here 5, 10, 15 minutes, they're certainly not going to be selling the stock here. They're probably going to wind up buying it. And so that's what happened here today, is the stock didn't fall as you might think. And so traders came for the stock and they just kept going. But you can see on the NASDAQ here, SPY, the same thing. Everything kind of petered out around 1 o'clock or so. Netflix was earlier than that. It petered out still during the first hour of trading. And so this is my suggestion. Don't be buying Netflix. I'm actually short, not the stock, but I sold some 570 calls that expire. And they actually expire next Friday, not the day after tomorrow, on this Friday. And so I sold some 570 calls because I'm pretty confident, not supremely confident, but I'm pretty confident that this stock is not going to have the juice to get back up there, above there, at least not right away. So that's really my trade on Netflix. Do I think it ultimately goes higher? Yeah, I do. I mean, look at this. It's a pretty good move. It's not as good as NVIDIA, but the stock is still in a really, really nice uptrend, but you just got to give the stock some time to breathe. So anyway, that's all I got for you. We're getting a lot of new members based on our fast track series that's just started. And so if you are not on that, then somebody's probably emailed you this video, which is awesome. But get on the fast track if you have an issue or need to know more about it. Just email my assistant, Karen Perez, Karen@stockmarketmentor.com, and she can get you squared away. All right. So that's all I got for you. Hope it's enough. I will see you all next time.